Now, one of the little things, a little pleasure I allowed myself in Cambridge was to go to the college where Alan Turing worked before he went to Bletchley Park. Turing, as you know, was the great physicist, the truly great scientist who, in England, before the war, began the process that led to the building of the first big computer, and that computer, the so-called bomb, which they created at Bletchley Park, which I commend you, is worth a visit if you're in England. You can get it on the tube from London. It's very, very interesting. Turing, it turned out, was probably partly autistic. And because he was autistic, he had this capacity to see combinations in peculiar ways. And Turing had that capacity to see patterns. He was very good at crosswords, and he could see combinations that ordinary people could look at and not really see. And so Turing would get, during the war, the signals of the German Navy, so vital to the supply lines, and he would always look at 5 minutes to 12 at night and 5 minutes past 12, because sometimes he realised the signaller on the German ship would wonder, did I send the signal, and would send it again in the new code, which changed at midnight. And he just had this capacity to see patterns and to see differences. So the people who have built the internet are people who have had this extra dimension. I asked tonight, when I came in here and saw you all, why is this such a male-dominated audience? Why are there so few women? I mean, if I go to a law function tonight, there would be about half the audience would be women, and most professions. But here this is overwhelmingly a male domain. And my conversationalist said, well, you know, it all goes back to the fact that to be good in this type of technology, you've got to have that very strange mental quirk, and that's a male phenomenon, and it's on the male genes, and that's probably why they're all here. Well, I just don't know that I accept that. It may be a power thing, you may be just a little bit behind the rest of us in society, but it's a thing for you to look to, because women are the great networkers, and you are in the business of the greatest network of them all. So by the way, Turing was a gay man. He got a few rewards after the war, but then when some person tried to steal money from him, he went to the police, and instead of pursuing the thief, the police pursued him for his sexuality and hounded him and drove him to prison and to despair and to eating an apple laced with cyanide, which killed this great war hero and scientist and engineer. So we have made, we hope, some progress. It's not good enough to have a great technology. Technology itself is not enough. You have to build a good society, and a society with good values. And that's where the minister comes in. That's where you come in as citizens. That's where I come in upholding rights in courts, including rights for the unpopular. So I'm very glad that I was asked to come here tonight. I've told you my 4 parables. Not immediately relevant to your subject, but you think about it, and I will be watching you, and you will be watching us. Thank you.